Hi students, my name is Harshavardhan Reddy. I am going to teach general mental ability. Okay, I have an experience of 6 years in this teaching field. So I earlier taught for UPSC CSAT and for the TSPSC prelims, even this prelims also. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are starting the sessions in the Shikara Academy with collaboration with Telivaha. Okay. So as we all know, now coming to the point, already prelims examination was finished. So we are looking for everyone is looking for the result and they are planning accordingly. So as of now, we are expecting that the prelims cutoff may be between from around, it will be from 68 to 75. Okay, those students who have already crossed these marks, see, I'm saying about the most commonly had marks from the students. Okay, it may be varied depending on the ratio in which the government is going to pick. As of now, we are sticking to the basic, that is 1 is to 50, but there is also a chance for 1 is to 100, but we are not going to bother about it. Okay, now coming to this one. Our subject, I am going to teach you data interpretation and the problem solving. Okay, data interpretation. As everyone know that in our group 1 mains examination, this concept or this module will be there in paper 5. Paper 5. Okay. So in paper 5, we have one module that is data interpretation problem solving. Now coming to the case, how we need to solve and all these things. See here students, already everyone have written the preliminary examination, right? In that examination, there are around 25 questions were asked from our area. Okay, 25 questions were asked from our area. Our area in the sense, our subject, that is arithmetic and reasoning. In that, the good score, which we are assuming, the best score is around somewhere around 15. 15 only. Okay, why? Because the questions which they have asked actually are simple but lengthy. Actually are simple but lengthy. Definitely it will take some time to solve them. Why? Because the concepts are simple. Concepts are simple, but the questions are lengthy. Because of that reason, the best score, I mean, I'm speaking about a very good score. If you are able to score 15 marks, then the best one. Okay, now coming to our mains case. So keeping this preliminary examination in our mind, how the pattern of the questions were asked and how they are going to deal. Okay, we have come to one conclusion that how they may ask us some questions. Okay, so before that, before going into that, let us see how the mark, how they are awarding the marks. Okay, when it comes to our subject. Okay, now see here, see students, directly I have taken this data from the TSPSC official website. I have simply taken the screenshot and pasted here. So now see how the paper pattern will be there initially. This is very, very important for us. Okay, the guys who are preparing for mains, this part is very, very important. See, the importance, when it comes to the importance of our subject, we all know that uh, how good you are in the GS papers. GS paper means all the remaining papers and the remaining topics. Okay, the chances to get the maximum marks is very, very less. Maximum marks is very, very less. That means, especially if you take any particular question, if that question carries some 10 marks for timing, if you assume that that question carries some 10 marks, to get 10 out of 10 is very, 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 very difficult. To be frank, it is not possible, right? The best score will be around some 6 marks, right? But when it comes to our subject, out of 50 marks, if 50 marks, 50 out of 50 is possible. 50 out of 50 is possible, definitely possible, definitely possible. But a minimum of 40 to 45 marks you can score very easily. 50 out of 50 is possible, but it requires some efforts. I will not say that blindly everyone will get 50 out of 50. Definitely, it requires some efforts. When it comes to the minimum marks, definitely everyone should score a mark of 40 to 45 marks. Then only you will be in the race. Right? Very clearly, I am saying once again. And now coming to the question pattern. Okay, see, earlier when the Group 1 examination was conducted back in 2016 and in the combined state, there used to be 5 questions will be asked. Okay, each question carries 10 marks. Or else 15 questions and 10 marks each, 150. Those type of papers were also there. But a minimum of what they used to do is one question carries 10 marks. That is the pattern which earlier they used to follow. But when it comes to this time, this mains examinations, already the date was also given. I think it is from October 21st to October 27th. Right? The dates were also announced. So keeping that in mind, so everyone please start practicing from now onwards. Okay, now see here what is happening to our session. See our paper, we all know that it comes under paper 5. Okay, in that we all know that each paper is divided into 3 sections, all the remaining papers also, we know that. Okay, so when it comes to this paper, the first 2 sections are from science and tech. Okay, now the third section, that is our section. Okay, what is happening here in this paper is, here they are asking us 30 questions, out of which we need to write 25 questions. Okay, 25 questions out of 30 questions. And each question carries 2 marks. Earlier, there used to be each question carries 10 marks, but now the scenario has changed. Each question carries 2 marks and you need to answer 25 questions. 25 questions. And please observe one more thing here. First answer to 25 questions will be evaluated. That means the first 25 questions which you answer, irrespective of order. Yeah, there is no rule that you should follow a particular order. Irrespective of order, the first 25 questions which you attempt, they will consider only those 25 questions. And those marks will be given. After 25, if you whatever the things you write, it is waste of time. You should not write. It will waste your time. It is waste of time. So the first challenge everyone faces here is, you need to start picking the questions which you are really very good at solving them. That means don't go in an order way or in this manner. What my suggestion is, what I usually suggest the students is very simple. Okay, see, anyway, the question number will be start from 11 and it will end till 40. Why? Because the first 10 questions are from section 1 and section 2. So our question starts from question number 11 and it ends at question number 40. Right? So what my suggestion is, start checking the 11th question for timing. You start observe the 11th question. If you know in the sense how to solve the problem. How to solve the problem perfectly. And if you are really good at that, attempt that question. If not, go for the 12th question. If 12th question, if you are not good at 12th question also, then go for 13th question. So once you should see the questions from 11 to 40. In this journey, at last, somehow you come around some 15 questions. You have attempted only 15 questions in the first round, which you are really good at solving them, and which you feel that, okay, I can solve this question for time being. Now come to the second round. Okay, now once again start the same process. Now choose the question which you are really good at solving it. Okay, in that attempt, you may get some 5 questions. Okay, now 20 questions were finished. So, not before solving the problems itself, our problem solving skill should be used here. Okay, before solving the problems itself, we should be very wise while choosing the questions itself. From here onwards, we should learn the skill of problem solving. Okay, so then next, once again, the same process, filtration. And remember one more thing, meanwhile, you should not waste your time. You should not waste your time at all. Why? Because you need to attempt 25 questions. in total. Definitely you need to attempt 25 questions in total. There is no compromise in that. Okay, if you attempt all the questions only, then only there is chance of getting the maximum marks. If not, there is no use. Okay, later we will see the alternates. So if you know only 20 questions in total out of 30, then we will see the remaining things. How to score the marks, I will let you know. But initially our target is definitely we need to attempt all the 25 questions. And remember, our time frame will be only 1 hour. Okay, our time frame will be only 1 hour. In 1 hour, you need to attempt 25 questions. 25 questions. Make sure that you attempt them correctly. The first thing is you need to pick them and then you need to solve them. Okay, these are the things which are very, very important. This is very, very important. Knowing the subject and solving the questions, all those will be secondary. The first priority is how you are solving the problems, how you are choosing the questions. It doesn't mean that read all the 40 questions at once and mark them that I know this one, I know this one. Not like that. Check 11th question, read it completely. If you are really good at it, attempt it. If not, come to the 12th question. If you are really good at it, sometimes some questions may require rough calculation. Go for the rough paper and try to do some rough calculations for time being, whether to check the things. If you are really good at it, then come to this one and solve it. If not, move to 13th. If not, move to 14th, like this. But you should not read all the 40 questions at one and mark them that I know this for 11th question, I know this 15th question, I know. That is waste of time. Okay, read it for once. If you are really good at it, attempt it. If not, don't worry. And remember one more thing. After attempting also, few may think that, okay, at last, while calculating or while writing the answer, you may get the wrong answer. Not an issue. I will let you know how the marks will be awarded and how the things will go on later. Okay, now what happens to our paper? See here, each question carries equal marks, right? 2 marks. So what my suggestion is, the questions which have less procedure, choose them. Why? Because anyway, all the question carries equal marks, right? So it doesn't matter whether you choose a smaller one or the bigger one. So it depends on that. Slowly during the sessions, we will come across it and we will learn how to solve all those things. Okay, but the first thing is time management here. Definitely everyone should know how to manage the time. Right? So that is very, very important. The first thing, if you learned all the concepts and you are really good at it, but if you fail in time management, there is no use. Anyway, our ultimate goal is only one thing, that we need to solve the problems in the given time. Okay. So keep all these things in your mind while solving the problems. Okay. We will discuss when we go to the further sessions. Okay. Not an issue. Now coming to the syllabus, what they have asked and how we need to learn those things, we will see it now. Now come to the syllabus. This is also the same thing. Directly I have taken the screenshot from the TSPSC official website and I have pasted here. That's it. No addition, no deletion, nothing. Directly from the portal itself, I have taken it and I am explaining you based on that. Now come to this data analysis, data interpretation, data analysis, the first part. Okay, analytical interpretation of statistical data. Right, this is nothing but statistics. Okay, mean, median, mode will be there, right? Mean, median, mode, based on that. Okay, we will see these concepts. I will let you know where we will learn and how we will learn all those things. And study of the graphs, charts, bar graphs, line graphs, pie charts, and drawing conclusions. Drawing conclusions is nothing but what they will do is they will ask us to compare between 2 different years or 2 different companies and all those things. Okay. Nothing but purely our data interpretation. Everyone know it. Okay. So these things are nothing but the data interpretation. Okay, now come to this data interpretation. What is meant by this data interpretation? See, many think that, okay, data interpretation is okay, but without the knowledge of averages, concepts like averages, percentages, and ratios, ratio and proportion, I mean, you cannot answer the questions from data interpretation. Why? Because data interpretation, you may see that the word like data interpretation, but ultimately what you will do is, after analyzing the data, either you will find the averages or you will do the percentage, or you will write the ratio between two different components. So the most important things which you need to learn to solve the concepts of data interpretation or to solve the questions from data interpretation is averages, percentage, ratio, and proportion. Without having knowledge from these three areas, there is no chance that you are going to solve questions from data interpretation. Definitely, you should have a solid knowledge in these three concepts. Then only you will solve the questions regarding the data. Okay. Next, see here. Next, what they are saying is problems based on tabular and diagrammatical data. This is similar to our data interpretation only. Okay. But here also there is chance of asking questions from statistics. Mean, median, mode also can be taken. They will give us some data, tabular or diagrammatical data. It comes under. Next, see here problems based on probability, logical reasoning, analytical, and mental ability. See, problems based on probability. When you see the word probability, definitely along with the probability, we should also learn permutations and combinations. Mostly this probability rely on these permutations and combinations only. Mostly 99 cases, only few cases will be there where there some data will be given, but mostly 99% of the cases depends on permutations and combination. Don't think that in that syllabus they didn't mention permutations and combinations, so there is no need to learn permutations and combination. Directly I will learn only probability. Without having the knowledge from permutations and combinations, students, once again I am repeating, without the knowledge of having permutations and combinations, solving the problems from probability is very, very difficult. So definitely we should have some knowledge in permutations and combinations. Then only we will be able to solve probability questions. Else it will be difficult. Okay, remember that one. Now come to this logical reasoning, analytical, and mental ability. See, all the what are the things which comes under these things is our seating arrangement, puzzles. Okay, seatings, puzzle, okay, ranking test will be there, right? Blood relations, okay, like this coding and decoding, all comes under this one. Okay, all comes under this logical, analytical, and mental ability skills. All comes under this one. Still, there are some other reasoning concepts. We will learn them. Not an issue. Next, the important thing is quantitative aptitude. Quantitative aptitude. So here they are asking questions from regarding number sequence. Number sequence, right? We know arithmetic series, like these sequences, series, and series. Sequence and series all comes under similar category. We will see them. Okay, next, averages. As I've already told you, it is also important for our DI. Number system. Number system is very, very important. Okay, the students who have already written the CSAT paper in UPSC, they might have known the importance of this number system. I think every year a minimum of 20 questions were asked from this area. 10 to 15 questions, not even 10. So this area is very, very important. You may think that this is a small area, but the chance of asking questions from this area is very, very high. There will be multiple questions from this area. They may ask us ratio and proportions, profit and loss. See here nowhere you have seen a word called percentage. Percentage, right? Nowhere you have seen a word called percentage. But the percentage comes under this profit and loss and proportions. Why? Because percentages are linked with these proportions and profit and loss. See, regarding the questions based on discount, how they will give us percentage. So what they, by observing the prelims paper, what we came to one conclusion, right? Here is trying to give the questions lengthier, somewhat lengthy questions. So how we can make a question lengthier? Concepts are simple, but how we can make a question tough? I mean, lengthier in the sense time taking. How we can make is by combining 2 to 3 concepts. That means he will try to combine profit and loss and percentage together, or else ratio and proportions and percentage together. So that it takes a little bit more time for the aspirant to solve it, for the candidate to solve it. So he may play those type of tricks while preparing the question paper. So the most common one also. See, no one is going to ask directly. Very few questions may be asked from a concept directly. But nowadays, the question paper pattern is completely changing. When the competitive spirit from the aspirants also different. Why? Because they too are practicing really very hard. And so the examiner thinks is he need to filter them. So in order to do all those things, he definitely will mix 2 to 3 concepts and he will ask us the questions. So here the percentage concept is also very, very important. See, when it comes to this number system, here itself we will have LCM and HCF. Definitely, the LCM and HCF comes under number system. That is the basic thing. Okay, LCM and HCF. Definitely, they may mix the concepts of LCM and HCF with ratio and proportions also. There are chances. Okay, they may ask us questions by joining LCM and HCF concept with ratio and proportions. Similarly, percentage and profit and loss. So there is a chance of chance for many things. Okay, so we will learn all those things. Next portion, what we have is time and work, speed, time, distance, simple interest, analytical and critical reasoning. This is another section. Now come to time and work. Under this only, we will have time, work and wages also. Okay, time, work and wage. Don't think that, okay, only the questions will be asked from time and work. Definitely, you will include the wages also. Okay, definitely you will include the wages so that the question becomes little bit lengthier and we will ask the questions. We will see the questions only from time and work as well as the questions from all the 3, time, work and wages. How the questions will be related and how we need to solve it. Okay. And under this time and work only, we will have another concept called pipes and systems. We will have another concept, pipes and systems. Okay, same applications. Time and work applications will be, we will use for pipes and systems. We will solve it. Pipes and systems is also very, very important. We will try to solve it. Why? Because students, definitely we will discuss all the possible concepts. The only reason is the question paper is unpredictable. They may ask anything. So we should be ready to answer all the questions. That's the reason I am telling the concepts which were not mentioned in the syllabus also. Okay, definitely time and work means work and wages also comes under it and pipes and systems also comes under it. When it comes to time, distance, speed, time, distance and speed means definitely under this only we already know we will have the concepts of problems on trains, trains concept will be there, right? Problems on trains and as well as boat streams, upstream and downstream, boats and streams. This area also comes under time, speed and distance. So we will discuss problems on train and as well as boats and streams. Okay, not only time, speed and distance. And in this only we will have races also. Okay, we will have races also. We will see them. So we will learn all the concepts. We will not skip any concept. Why? Because we don't know what they will ask us. And I will tell you the reason also. Why I am taking all this. Who told you, sir, why you need to include LCM and HCF in this number system, why you need to include, I will let you know. I will let you know from where there is one proof for all these things. I will let you know. Don't worry. And when it comes to simple interest in this concept, we will also learn definitely compound interest. Okay. Compound interest. Okay. We will not neglect it. Compound interest and as well as installments. Questions based on installments. Definitely, we will learn these concepts also under our simple interest concept. Next, analytical and critical reasoning. See, this area is nothing but syllogism. Okay. Or else we will have this one, right? Inequalities, statement and assumptions. So all these areas, all these concepts comes under analytical and critical reasoning. They may ask anything from this one. Okay. Analytical and under this one, we will get this statement assumptions. Statement syllogism is nothing but statement conclusions only. Syllogism statement conclusions will be different and the general statement and conclusions will be different. Okay. But most probably they will ask us the questions from this syllogism or else inequalities or statement and assumptions. We will see how we will solve them and on how we are going to write the answers. See. Okay, next, when it comes to fifth one, decision making and problem solving. This section, remember students, it completely depends on one individual. That means why? Because they will give us some situations, our day-to-day situations, day-to-day life situations, and they will ask us to analyze it. And if you were in that position, what you are going to do that? Definitely, we will guide you. There is no doubt in that. They how if so and so cases will be given. How we will guide you some cases. But remember, it purely depends on one individual. Okay, how the cases may be asked, we don't know. How the situations will be raised and what are the different. We may assume some situations and we may tell you, but 100%, I am saying it very clearly. We cannot assure you in this one area. I cannot assure you. Why? Because definitely I will help you. But the amount of confidence with which I can say about the first four concepts, I cannot say regarding this fifth one. Okay. To be frank, this is very clear. Definitely I will help you how to solve. Why? Because it requires a lot of analytical skills, general awareness, how you are analyzing the situation and all those things. We will see it. But in this, my efforts will be very minimal. Your efforts should be more. That's it. That is very, very simple statement I want to pass. So these are the concepts which we will learn. Now, what is happening is, CS students, few students may think that already, some students, not all, we have prepared. We have already been preparing for group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, or staff selection, railways, and all those things. They may think that okay, this for me all these concepts are very simple. For me, all the concepts are very simple, but there is a lot of difference between objective and theoretical. See, in all the examinations, definitely you are writing the answers that is objective one. Either you will do elimination method, right? Sometimes, definitely, some concepts we will solve them by using elimination method or option substitutions in some cases. Okay. In some cases, we will do option substitutions. We will use some shortcuts. See, definitely in one way or the other way, you will be able to solve it and you will get the answer. So if you are able to solve the answer using these shortcut methods and all those things, it is fine. It is an added advantage only. It is an added advantage only. But one thing is very clear. While writing the theoretical examination, each and every point is very, very important. You need to write the data very, very clearly. Okay. you cannot calculate the things in your brain and directly substitute the values and directly skip 2 to 3 steps and write the final answer. That is not a right approach for the mains. If you do so, you will lose the marks. So when it comes to our mains examinations, you should go back to your schooling days. Definitely, you should go back to your schooling days and how we used to write in our school. Tell me how we people used to write each and every step. The first thing, what we will do is we will write the given things in the question, right? If I am not wrong, we will write all the given things, whichever the things which were given in the question, we will write them as given. Okay, after writing the given, what we will do, we will see any assumptions are there. Let us assume X as some so and so. So we will see any assumptions. If there are any assumptions, we will write that, okay, let X is the money saved by A, or else let Y be the money saved by B. Like this, if there are any assumptions, we need to write that very clearly. We need to write it very clearly. Until and unless you write it on the paper, then only it is valid. You don't think in your mind and okay, directly substitute X and so on. Definitely, if there is any assumptions, you should write it. And after that, what we will do, if there some questions definitely requires formula, right? If there are formulae, okay, write the formula. Okay, if there is a formula, write the formula. Write the formula. After writing the formula, write it clearly. Write it clearly. For example, if I say that sum to n terms, what is the formula? N into n plus 1 by 2. Okay, you will write it sum to n terms. Okay, after writing that, make sure that write here n is equal to number of terms. Like this. Why? Because definitely shortcuts we will use. For example, simple interest case only. We all know that simple interest is equal to PTR by 100. Everyone know it. Simple interest is equal to PTR by 100. And even though you know it, mention there P is principal, T is time, and R is rate of interest. Don't say that, sir, everyone knows that what is the need of it. No. Even though the examiner knows it, definitely, we need to write the abbreviations completely. So you need to write given, assumption, and formula. After that, you will substitute the values in this formula. Or you will start solving the problem by using some procedure. Okay. And then at last you will get the answer. At last you will get the answer. After getting the answer, remember, write this one. See, after writing formula, this is procedure or substitution. And the fifth step, make sure that, for example, if they asked for the time taken, find the time taken to travel from X to Y. Then you should write in this manner. The time taken is time taken to travel from X to Y is 2 hours. The time taken to travel from X to Y is 2 hours. Okay, you should write it clearly in this manner. Why? Because in the instructions itself, they clearly mentioned that we should not highlight anything in the paper. We should use only either blue ink or black ink pens. No other glitters or something. We should not make any highlights by doing some borders, boxes, by drawing all those things. It is not at all acceptable. So that is the reason you will not do all those things. So, but we can write in this manner, right? So the time taken to travel from X to Y is 2 hours. So in this manner, we need to write the answer step by step, which you have done in your schooling as well as in your intermediate, right? Where each and every step, we might have heard about this one from our mathematics teachers very frequently, that each and every step carries a mark. So here also in this same manner. So how clearly you write your data, that is very, very important. The final answer is also important, but see, when it comes to the objective, final answer is important. We don't require all the procedure and all. If you are correct on that day, then that is, you will get the full marks. Else you will not get. But when it comes to the theory examination, what happens is, for this given and assumptions, they will give half mark. I am speaking about 2 marks case. Okay. And this formula, half mark. And the substitutions and procedures, if formula is there, means we will substitute it. Else, if there is no formula, there will be some cases, right? There will not be any formula. In that case, they will see the procedure. Okay, half mark. Okay, half mark, and half mark, and the final answer. After calculating it, you will get the final answer, right? If you get the correct answer, then you will be awarded half more mark. So overall 2 marks will be segregated in this manner. That means how the data was written. Okay, the given data was given in this manner. The formula which we are going to use in this manner. Okay, what happens is, sometimes while calculating, we may do some small mistake, so that we will get a wrong answer. But in the examination, we will not be able to find it out. Why? Because here there will be no options, right? In the case of objective examination, if you get a wrong answer, if your answer was not there in the options, then easily you will cross check it once again. But in this case, there will be no options for you. So whatever the answer which you get there, you may think that that is the correct answer. The chances. And my suggestion is, think that as correct. Then only you will solve the remaining questions peacefully. Otherwise, it will show the effect on the other questions also. So my suggestion is, whatever the answer which you get there, definitely we should think that that is the correct one. Why? Because if you are following the procedure correctly, you may lose only half mark. You will be awarded 1.5 mark. There is no problem. Why? Because your assumption, your approach, procedure, everything is correct. Only the thing is, the final answer is wrong. So you may lose only half mark. Right? So there is a lot of difference between the objective and theoretical. So the students who are already prepared for the staff selection commissions, railway examinations, bank examinations, CAT examinations, all those things, completely forget about that one. You should focus on this one. You should write each and everything clearly and quickly. Clearly and quickly. I am saying this one also. So while writing the formulas, if there are any abbreviations for that, write them clearly. Write the given data clearly, and what they have asked, put a question mark beside that. Okay, put a question mark beside that. That is the thing which we will find anyway at the last. Okay, in this manner, we should write our answer in a structured manner. Nothing but we should go back to our schools and we need to think in that manner and we need to solve that one. And don't think that examiner already knows these things, right? Why I need to write once again? That is the wrong approach. Even though anyway the examiner knows all these formulas and all those calculations and everything, even though he's asking the question, right? That means he is expecting each and everything from you people. So don't think that, sir, if I skip this step, that is very small step. What is the need? That is understandable by everyone. Don't think in that manner. You should write each and everything clearly. Then only you will be awarded maximum marks. Otherwise, there is a chance of reducing the marks. And remember, we need to attempt 25 questions. This is the biggest task for us. So what I am thinking, what my assumption is there in this one is, they will not ask a huge concepts questions. That means huge conceptual questions. If they ask you, there is no other chance. We need to solve it. Else, the questions will be very precise. So we should also answer the questions very precisely. So definitely the questions based on formulas, the chances for asking questions based on formulas is very, very high here. Why? Because 2 marks. See, if you apply a formula, you will get the answer. Usually, when in our schooling or in our intermediate, we solved the 2 marks questions, right? Very simple questions will be asked. So in that manner only here also. And remember, we are allotting only 1 hour of time for our section. Okay, keeping all these things in our mind, we should practice a lot. Practice is very, very important. We should see how the questions were asked and we need to solve it. Now, the next thing, the most commonly heard word for me is, sir, we are non-math students. Non-math students. What is this non-math students? I didn't get. See, students, what actually the examiner or the syllabus is, how the syllabus is prepared is, I will show you with proofs. Okay. The minimum basic mathematical knowledge one should possess, that is the thing which they are expecting from you people. In our day-to-day life, whatever the mathematical operations which we are applying, okay, those things only they are concentrating. See, till 10th standard, I mean 10th class, is there any differences that he is arts student, he is science student, he is math student, something like that? Is there any differentiation? No, right? There is no differentiation. Till 10th standard, everyone studied the same syllabus. After 10th only, whether you might have shifted for MPC, I mean maths, physics, chemistry, or biology, zoology, physics, and chemistry by PC. But till 10th, everyone studied the same syllabus. Keeping that in mind only, the examiners are also preparing the question papers. And the syllabus is also the same thing. I will show you what are the syllabus and how they are asking the syllabus. I will show you whatever the things which you have seen in the syllabus, just we have seen. I will show you where you can see those syllabus. Okay. So, first of all, everyone is same here, whether you are from mass or non-mass background. Non-mass background, there is no difference. Okay. Everyone should come to the basic idea that we need to solve the problems by following some procedure and steps. But the thing is, you might have lost the touch with the concepts. That thing I will accept. Definitely. You might have not have calculated some difficulty calculations in the recent past, but earlier in your schooling days, definitely everyone have done these calculations. I will show you the proof. Now see here, students. I am displaying you the index papers of that. This is 5th standard index paper. State syllabus only. Even central also the same concepts will be there. Now see here, students. The same thing. Number system only. Okay, this is 6th standard and this is 5th standard. Now see here. These are the concepts with the same thing, which we will see in our time, distance, and all those things we will see. Now see here, data handling. You people, without knowing to you only, you have done the data interpretation in your 6th standard itself. See ratio and proportions. You might have forgot it. Playing with numbers or whole numbers, all this comes under number system. You might have forgot it, but these are the concepts which you have learned in your school itself. See 5th, 6th class. You have learned ratio and proportions, data handling. Now you are fearing about that one. You people have done it. The only thing which I am going to do is I will try to recollect all the things for you people and explain you. Okay, no need to worry. Now see here, this is 5th and 6th standard, right? Next I will go for 7th and 8th standard. Now see here, ratio and applications. Ratio and applications. Yes. Next, data handling. This is nothing but data interpretation only. But the difficulty they have increased from 6th standard to 7th standard. That is the thing. Okay. Next, what are the other things which we can see? See, actually, the simple equations, fractions, decimals, ratio, this comes under our number system only. We will see. Now, see all these things. You people have learned in your 7th standard itself, and now you are afraid about this one. saying that we are math student and we are non-math students. That is completely wrong. See here, direct and inverse proportions, nothing but ratio and proportions only. In that only we will have this one. Playing with numbers. See, exploring geometrical figures, distribution tables, frequency distribution tables and graphs. All these things you people have done in your schooling itself. Not even going for the pure maths in the sense areas, volumes. Even luckily they didn't mention that one. Okay, in the syllabus. So we are not one. But the concepts which you have learned, now come to this one. See, statistics, mean median mode, statistics, probability. These are the things, right? You have seen. These are the things, right? And see here also statistics, probability. Okay. And remember one more thing. See here, what I mean to say is, in this ratio and applications only, if anyone have the 7th and 6th standard textbooks, please go through that. In under this only, they solved percentages. Under this concept only, profit and loss, and even simple interest and compound interest. Under this, they are solving these three. That is the reason I told you. So applications, data interpretation and application means everything comes under this one. Even you have learned percentage, profit and loss, even discount concepts also in your 7th or 6th standard itself, without knowing to you. All these things were there, in your schooling itself. So no need to worry. The only thing is you might have forgot the concepts. Definitely, I will help you to recollect all those things. See, that is the reason I have directly taken the content from, these are the contents from the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th standard. See, statistics. See, when you see the previous question paper, I have gone through the previous question papers. What I observed is directly the questions from this 10th standard books were asked. Directly, even not even changing the figures. I mean, the numbers also. Even the numbers also, they didn't change and they asked a question to find the mean, median and mode in one of the previous year's question paper. If I remember it correctly, I think it is in 2008. They asked directly a question from this 10th standard book. So the standard books, I am saying it very clearly, the standard books which we are going to prefer and which we are going to take them as a basic one is nothing but the academic books only. Academic books, that too from 5th to 10th. Those are the standard books which we are considering. Other than that, no other book is a standard book. No one can say that this question, but the standard, the academics books will give us a clear idea. So no need to worry. Don't go here, there and search for material and all those things. It's very simple. Simply check the academic books from standard 5th to 10th standard. That is enough. More than enough. All the concepts will be covered. Except I think that the last session is there, right? Concept like critical thinking. Okay, reasoning concepts, some reasoning concepts and that critical thinking and all those things. Almost 75% of the concepts will be from our academic books only, that too from 5th to 10th standard academic books. So no need to worry that whether you are from maths background or non-maths background, doesn't matter here. Definitely, we will try to solve them each and everything in a detailed manner and we will solve the questions. Okay, so no need to worry. Okay, right. Now we will solve just 2 questions for time being, for an idea how we will solve it and all those things, to let you know the procedure and all this. See, take this example. There is a question like this. 60%, The examples which I have taken, two examples, those two examples are from the previous year papers. Okay, either they make have 5 marks or 10 marks of weightage. Okay, I have taken two questions to explain you people. I have taken them from the previous year mains papers. For them, the weightage is 5 marks and 10 marks. So don't worry that they may ask this much the lengthier question now. Not like that. So like this. So 60% of the students in a class are boys and 40% are girls. What is the average mark of the girls? If the average of the entire class is 60 and average of boys is 55. Now see here students, they given you percentages and they given you averages. Two different concepts, and they both and they combined it and they asked us a question from this area. And now it also relates us, if we want, we can also relate the ratio and proportions to this also. We will see. Now see here, the first step, as I have already told you, we should write it very clearly. Okay, given. What are the given things? Boys, 60%. Girls, 40%. These are the things. Next, total average of class is what? 60. Next, average of only boys. What is the average? 55. And we need to find average of the girls, total girls. Average of total boys, average of the total girls. Okay. We will put that as question mark. Okay, later we will see. Okay, this is a given thing. Boys, girls, total average of the class, average of total boys, average of total girls. These are the things which they have given us. Now, from this data, okay, therefore, what we can write is boys is to girls is equal to 60% is to 40%, right? Boys is to girls is equal to 60% is to 40%. So what it becomes now? 3 is to 2. 3 is to 2. 23s are 22s are 3 is to 2. Right here itself 3 and 2. 3 is to 2. 23s are 22s are 3 is to 2. So now the boys and girls are in what ratio? 3 is to 2. Boys is to girls. Boys is to girls is equal to 3 is to 2. From this, what we can assume? From this, what we can say? Therefore, we can say boys, number of boys and number of girls as, therefore, we can say number of boys and number of girls as 3x and 2x respectively. Okay, why? Because the ratio is 3 is to 2. So I can take them as 3x and 2x respectively. We can say that number of boys and number of girls as 3x and 2x respectively. Okay, respectively. 3x and 2x respectively. Right. Now, so usually, what is the formula for the average? Average formula. We need to write that average formula here. Average is equal to sum of the observations by number of observations. Right? Sum of the observations by number of observations. Number of observations. This is the formula which we will use here. Okay, this is the formula which we will use here. See here, students, I will go continuity for my next page. Actually, this is 10 marks question, so the procedure is also lengthy, but for your understanding, I am solving it. Okay, later when we come to our actual course, we will solve the see the questions for 2 marks weightage and we will try to solve it. Okay, no need to worry about it. Okay, we will see. Now, average is equal to what? Sum of the observations by number of observations. That is the formula which we have. So, I will take help of this next slide. See here, anyway, there we have the average, right? Total average. That means sum of the observations by number of observations. That means sum of boys and girls. So now, therefore, what is the average which they have given? Overall average. Overall average which they have given us in the question. What is that? 60. That is equal to 60 is equal to sum of observations we don't know. We don't know, right? Why? Because we don't know the observations. That means the total number of candidates there. By number of observations, we know that both boys and girls, total strength, number of boys, one more step I will write, plus number of girls for timing. So 60 is equal to sum of observations by 3x and 2x are the boys, right? Sorry, total strength. Boys are of 2x strength and girls are of 2x strength. So now what happens to 60 is equal to sum of observations by 5x. Therefore, sum of observations is equal to what? 60 into 5x, which is equal to 300x. So sum of observations, what we got here? 300x. 300x. Now, this sum of observations, actually, what it means is, sum of observations means what? Sum of marks of all the boys plus sum of marks of all the girls. Sum of observations is equal to sum of marks of all the boys plus sum of marks of all the girls. Now, see here, if you know the average, earlier we have seen, right? Here, once again, I will write it. Since sum of marks is equal to average into number of students or whatever is the things. Right. Only thing I am sending these to, see, already we have written the average formula, right? I am sending this number of observations to this side. That is the thing I have done there. Okay, nothing more than that. Okay. Right. We will do in this manner. So sum of marks is equal to. Now what happens here? Oh, it is becoming lengthier. Sorry. Not an issue. No problem. We will solve. Okay, sum of marks is equal to average into number of marks. So now sum of observations, which we came to know what it is, 300x, is equal to average into number of students, right? What is the average of boys? Average of boys is 55 and number of boys are how many in number? 3x plus 3x plus number of girls are how many in number? Average we don't know. Average of girls, that is the thing which we will find, into girls are how many in number? 2x. So now what happens to this here? 300x is equal to 165x plus average of girls into 2x. Average of girls into 2x. Now here 300x is equal to, I will take x as common. 165 plus 2 common, right? 2 times of average of girls. 2 times of average of girls. Right? Everything is correct. Okay. Now, x and x will get cancelled. So we will be left with 300 is equal to 165 plus 2 times of average of girls. Right? From this 2 times of average of girls is equal to 300 minus 165. 300 minus 165. 300 minus 165. 2 times of average of girls is equal to 135. 135. 135. Now, average of girls is equal to 135 by 2. 135 by 2. 135 by 2. What you will get here? 67.5. So, what you will write? Therefore, average marks of girls in the class is 67.5 marks. 67.5, or you can stop here itself. 67.5 marks. Okay. In this manner, you need to solve the problems. Okay. In this manner, we need to solve the problems. Or did I made any mistake here? The average of entire class is 60 and the average of boys is 55. Okay. See, entire class is 60 and the boys is 55. So the average marks of the girls in the classes is what? 67.5 marks. So actually this question was asked for 10 marks. So the procedure is also lengthy. So in this manner, each and every step we need to write. We need to write. There is no other choice. There is no other choice. We need to write each and every step. Then only you will get the correct answer. If not, you will not get it. Okay. That is very, very important. Now, we will see one more question. Okay. See this question. The details of age of patients and a number of patients in a year is given in the given table. Find out the mean and mode of the age of the patients. See, in the examination, if the similar type of question will be asked, definitely they will give us mean, median, and mode, and they will give you 2 marks, 2 marks, and 2 marks. Okay. I mean, A, B, C, they will give you. Or else they will say in this manner that the given below data is from question numbers some 20 to 22 or some 22 to 23. In this manner, they will give and they will ask us the question from this area. Definitely, I am saying that the questions will be asked from mean, median, and mode. There is no doubt in that. Definitely, they will ask the question. So we will see. See here, the age of the patients in this manner they will give us. So the first thing which we will do is the given data. Anyway, we cannot write it here, but we know the formula for the mean. Mean. What is the formula for this mean? Sum of, I will tell you, xi, fi. I will tell you what is these things. Okay, here fi is nothing but frequency and xi is nothing but the frequency in the sense number of patients only. N is the total number of patients and xi is the mean of this interval, class interval. We will call this as class intervals and we will see that mean. Mean means nothing but the average one. Okay, so what you will need to write this formula. Okay, so here fi is nothing but the frequency or number of patients. In this case, number of patients. Okay, next xn. N is nothing but total number of patients. Total number of patients. And xi is nothing but the class interval mean. The class interval mean. The class interval mean. So what we will do is, in the paper, clearly we will draw the box. In the examination also, we need to draw the box. There is no other chance for us. Definitely we need to draw the box. One, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 0, 0. Now see here, age of patients, or you can write class interval. Okay, anything. Next year, number of patients or frequency. Nothing but Fi. This is Fi. Okay, next year it is nothing but the mean of class interval. Mean of class interval. Okay. Okay, so mean of class interval, we will write that formula also. Mean of class interval is equal to upper class limit plus limits. Sum of limits by 2. Lower limit plus upper limit by 2. Lower limit plus upper limit by 2. That is this mean. Next year it is Fi xi. Multiplication of these two things. So see here, 5, 15, 15, 25, 25, 35, 35, 45, 45, 55, 55 and 65. Okay. Now, see here, the frequencies which they given 6, 11, 21, 23, 14 and 5. Mean of interval, nothing but I will write for this one here. 5 plus 15 by 2. That is 10. Next year, 15 plus 25 by 2. That is nothing but 20. 25 plus 35 by 2. That is nothing but 30. Okay, next. 35 plus 45 by 2. That is nothing but 40. Next, 45 plus 55 by 2. That is nothing but 50. Next, 55 plus 65 by 2. That is nothing but 60. Next, Fi xi. This is nothing but xi. So Fi xi. 6 tens are 60. 11 20s are 220. 21 30s are 21 3s are 63 and 0. 23 4s are 92 and 0 920. 14 5s are 70 and 0 700. 5 6 are 30 and 0 300. Okay, right? Next year total. Total nothing but n. What you will get? 6 plus 11, it is 17. 17 plus 21, 38. 38 plus 23, 61. 61 plus 14, 75. 75 plus 5, 80. So n is 80 here. Next, similarly, come to our Fi xi. Sum of all these things. Unit digit is anyway 0. Tens place 2 plus 3, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 6, 13. 3 and 1. 1 plus 3, 4. 4 plus 7, 11. 11 plus 9, 20. 26, 28. 2830. So now what happens to my mean here? Mean is equal to, already we have written this formula. If you want, you can write it once again. Fi xi by n. That is nothing but 2830 by n. N is nothing but the total number of patients. Total number of patients, that is 80. 0, 0 will get cancelled. Next, 8 ones are, 8 fours are, you will be left with 4, 3. That means nothing but 45s are, sorry, 8 ones are 8 threes are. 8 threes are 24. You will be left with 4. 4, 3 is 43. So 5s are is 40. You will be left with only 3. So when I put decimal point, 3 becomes 30. So 3s are once again 24. You will be left with 6. So 6, 0. So 7s are. So now my mean here is nothing but 35.37. Mean here is 35.37. So we need to write this formula and all. Directly, this question is from the 10th standard book, 10th class book. Same question, everything data is same and all those things. So directly they ask the question. This is one of the previous year's mains question paper question. Okay, right, clear. Now I will try to solve the second part, that is mode. Mode. Now I will try to solve the mode. The mode is also similar thing. Usually mode means what? The most commonly repeated case for the maximum times. So here in this case, if you observe it carefully, okay, 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 here if you observe it carefully, what is happening for us? What is the most where the most number of patients are there? Where the most number of patients in which area? That means in under which year, under which age? From 5 to 15, there are only 6 patients. 15 to 25, 11. 25 to 35, 21. 35 to 45, 23. 14 and 5. So it is clear that the patients whose age is between 35 and 45 are 23 in number. So here the maximum number one, we will take that as our class. Okay, we will see. So the maximum number of patients are there in the interval 35 to 45, which is 23. Which is 23. The maximum number of patients are there in the interval 35 to 45, which is 23. Okay. So now, therefore, my mode class is 35 to 45. My mode class will become 30. Don't worry, in the sessions, we will discuss them clearly, but for time being, mode class is what? 35 to 45. Okay. So the formula for this mode, okay, mode class is 35 to 1. So, okay, what is the class interval distance? I mean the size, class size, tell me here. Class size, tell me here. 10, right? 5 to 15, 10, 10, 15. Class size is 10. Okay, I will write the mode formula. Mode formula is nothing but L plus F1 minus F0 by, I will tell you what is this 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. Okay, L is nothing but the low limit of the mode class. Okay, here I will write L is nothing but low limit of the mode class. That means here the limit is actually 35 and 45, right? So here my L is 35. Next, F1 is nothing but the required frequency. Required frequency or the maximum frequency. That is nothing but this 23. Maximum number of patients are there in that, right? So the frequency. Next, F0. F0 is nothing but the frequency which is immediately preceding my required frequency. Okay. When it comes to F2, the frequency which is immediately following my required frequency. Okay. And next, when it comes to H, H is nothing but the class size. Class size. Okay. So now how we will calculate the mode? See here. Anyway, you will draw this once again in your answer sheet. Definitely you need to draw. Okay. Here in that only, there itself, if you are able to do it. Otherwise, right. L is equal to 35. H is equal to 10. See here, our desired one will become F1 and the preceding one will become F0 and the following one will become F2. So here F0 is 21, F1 is 23 and F2 is 14. So now mode. Now simply substitute all these values in this formula. What happens to this? 35 plus F1 minus, that is 23 minus F0, 21 by 2F1, 2 into 23 minus F0 is 21 minus 14 into 10. Into 10, right? So now what happens to this? 35 plus 2 by, this is 46 minus, if you want, you can write one more step, but I will conclude it. Why? Because there is no place for me here. So what happens to this? 35 plus 20 by 11. That is equal to 35 plus 1.81. Something like this, you will get it if you solve it. So now what happens to this? 36.81 is the mode here. 36.81 is the mode here. So write down at last. The mode of the given question is, the mode of the ages of the patients is 36.81. 36.81. In this manner, we will solve the question, students. We will solve them in a detailed manner. Even though it may take some time for the sessions to be prepared, definitely we will try to cover each and everything. So our module will be there, separate module will be there, and as a course will be there in this one. Okay, in this Shikara Academy itself, we are providing as a separate module and as a whole course. So whatever it is up to you people, opt for it. And anyway, we will provide you the test series and all those things. So please be patient. Definitely, it will take some time to solve the problems. Never lose your patience. Why? Because by seeing the prelims paper, definitely he may ask us, we can come to one conclusion that he may ask us the questions little bit lengthier. So make sure that try to practice more and more questions so that it will increase your patience levels, first of all. And then come to the problem solving next. First, you should have a lot of patience to solve the questions. Why? Because each and everything you should write it very clearly. Then only you should solve the problems. See, this much huge question for 2 marks means anyway, it is not acceptable, but there is no other chance for us. Definitely, they will ask us a question from this mean, median, and mode. We need to write it. Okay. So, all the best. Prepare properly. Anyway, we will guide you how to solve the problems, and we are conducting the test series. So, when you write the answers, and there is one more thing. I think for test series, there is limitation. We are not accepting many number of students. Very few limited students we are intaking for this test series. Why? Because we need to evaluate it, right? And the time frame for us is very, very less. Anyway, October 21st to October 27th, they given us the dates. There is no chance of getting delayed more than that. Definitely, the government is really stubborn to conduct this examination. They made a decision. I think most probably they will conduct on those dates only. So there is no other chance for postponing or any other things. So the time is very, very less. We need to practice this very seriously. Why? Because we can score the maximum marks. The chances to score the maximum marks is very, very high. That is the reason. And don't think that, sir, you have explained a huge question. The thing is, students, I want to let you know the reality. I can give the examples, small examples, and solve it in 1 minute or 2 minutes. But there is no use in doing so. When it comes to the reality, you should accept it that it will take time, but with a very good practice, you can save the time. You should come to that conclusion. Don't think that you have taken lengthier examples. Definitely, I have taken the lengthier examples so that you should understand that how well we are prepared, especially from our end. Right? If a tough question or a lengthier question was asked, how we need to solve it. Okay. Right. Thank you.